Hello, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but let's sit down today, get a cup of coffee, and just chat.
For those of you who are new to my channel, hi, my name is Saemi Nadine Jung. I'm a former financial journalist turned media and communication scholar, currently doing my PhD here in Vancouver, Canada. My channel covers everything from career change, tech and society, and my research journey, but most importantly, all the life lessons I learned along the way. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe and welcome to my vlog.
So my summer is gearing towards the end. It is the day before that I have to fly to Austria for a big conference that I'm attending. It's called the Data Power Conference. I will be presenting my work titled "Is AI Textbook Good for Education?" My primary purpose of visiting this conference is there are three. So one is to present my work. Second is to connect with other critical edtech researchers. Lastly, there is one key scholar that I'm trying to connect with. I've been following up with her work very closely for the past couple of years, and I would love to ask her to be in my committee. So that is a very big mission that I have. Another thing is that my dear friend from LSE, from London School of Economics, they are studying at the University of Graz currently, and they are also pursuing PhD at the moment. And I am super excited to be connecting with them because they're also organizing this conference with that scholar that I was just talking about. So it's going to be 9 days of schedule, but I'm really hoping to be recharged with a lot of intellectual stimulation, and yeah, so it'll be very interesting. But first and foremost, let's go back a little bit. My summer has been, as you can probably tell, my YouTube channel had cobwebs for the past couple months because I really have been dedicating all my time just reading to prepare for my comms exam. So in North America, PhD program is divided into two stages. So first 2 years where you usually do coursework, and at the end of the second year or at the end of your coursework, you will take this comprehensive exam. And after you pass the written part and the oral part of the exam, then you will move on to being a PhD candidate. And I am officially PhD candidate. I never imagined that a day would come where I could say this out loud about myself. So it's a huge milestone. But honestly, I really haven't had time to internalize all of this comms exam result and everything because I haven't had a proper vacation since the beginning of my my PhD journey. So I'm really hoping that at the end of this year, like Christmas time, I can have some really nice quality downtime. But what I have really learned from this extremely intense comms time frame. So basically, I only had one set month where I can really dedicate myself to studying and reading. So I had to strategize in a way that every day I would read, this, how many pages, how many items per day, and that I had from Monday to Saturday of the schedule every single week. And 9 to 10 p.m. type of schedule where I would just read. And then from August 1st to August 8th, I did my written part of the exam. Okay, so how come nobody had told me that how intense it was gonna be? Intense to the point where at the end of, so like my fourth essay, so I had to write 4 papers. One of each should have 2,500 to 3,000 words. So all 4 essays would be 10,000 words basically within 7 days. So I had a strategy where, okay, so I will write 4 essays for the first 4 days each day, and then 5th day I will take a full break, And then last 6th and 7th day, I will come back and then sort of edit the 4 papers. By the 3rd day, my brain just fried. I was like, physically, it was so grueling, it's so exhausting, that after the written part of the exam, I actually got sick a little bit. And I did talk with one of my other colleagues who actually told me that she ended up puking during her comms exam. Nobody had told me how intense it was going to be. So now, for those of you who are pursuing PhD, you would know what to expect. It is pretty intense because you basically have to write 4 essays in 7 days. I've never done that in my entire life so far. So after the written part of the exam, I had 2 weeks of break, and then we all reconvened. So my committee members, my advisor, and myself, and I was grilled for 2 hours based on the papers that I wrote. And yeah, and then I passed, thankfully. And also oral exam was pretty, I was pretty nervous too, I must say. I will not lie. I think there's a certain culture in academia where people who are in academia tend to kind of like downplay the intensity of the things that they have to do, because I don't know, maybe they just want to kind of say that, oh, like I did it just fine, you know. But I think that makes things even worse. You know, you want to be just honest. I mean, of course, everyone has to go through it. I survived. I passed, actually with very good feedback. But I must say it has to be prepared with a systematic preparation and a lot of thinking and reading. So after the comms, one thing that I learned is I do have holes to fill in terms of my literature review. And of course, literature review can be so massive that you can't possibly know everything, but you want to know your field in detail. Yeah, all in all, my comps went well. And as soon as my comps was done, I had to get back to the lab, and I was catching up with all the work that I had to do for my research project. I'm really excited about this one project that I am now entering into the writing phase with my principal investigator, and it is around key punch operation. I wonder how many of you have heard about key punch operation or key punch devices. It's basically a predecessor to modern day computers. So I will make a separate video on key punch operation, and it's fascinating that I'm researching all of this. And in the fall, I will also start a new project on around COVID-19 vaccine and information and public sentiment through communicative lens. So I'm super excited about that as well. So some of the keywords that I've been thinking about is, because I've been so go and so busy, whenever I have free time, I try to tune into some podcasts or YouTube videos where I could listen to some interesting non-academic subjects. And one thing that I found really interesting was about happiness. So this professor appeared in Korean talk show called Yukitsu. I forgot his name for now, but I will put a link down below, and so you can watch it as well. He was basically saying that people tend to so in the past, people tended to theorize that happiness will be achieved better by just reducing the worries and anxieties that you have. But the fallacy behind it is that it's not just about reducing the anxieties, but actually increasing the frequency of joy that you would encounter. So at the end of the day, you want to boost that level and frequency of joy that you can experience physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. So all these different levels. And he also said something very interesting. So I think the MC usually asked him, how can one be happy? And then he said, it is different for everyone, and you have to find your own way. but basically referring back to what we just said about happiness. You gotta find a way that would stimulate your sort of joy button in your body and your mind. And you gotta fill your room with sort of all these happiness buttons. So wherever you step on, you will automatically, respond to these joy buttons, and you will become happy. So, and also feeling happy it's a feeling, right? So feeling comes and goes. So that's why frequency becomes important. And when I heard this, in my mind, I was thinking, wow, this is so similar to reading the Bible, because Bible is like a spiritual food. You want, as you brush your teeth every day, wash your hair, or take a shower, or go to bathroom every day, right? It's an everyday activity that we don't think about. Just like that, you want to feed yourself with spiritual food, reading. And I thought you want to really pay attention to what you eat, what you feed yourself, and what you read, because that becomes who you are. So yeah, those were some of the things that I've been contemplating over, mulling over, and thinking about. But that's sort of like the highlight of the summer for me. It's just a very intense studying, to the point where oftentimes I would just go to bed with like severe headache, and I would just need to take ibuprofen sometimes. But I'm very thankful that it's over, with support of my loved ones. And I mean, at the end of the day, why, again, I'm going back to why question. Why am I doing what I'm doing? I left the industry because I couldn't see myself doing that for the rest of my life. I wanted to do something deeper. I wanted to really dig in to the reasons why some of the things that are happening in society. And I really wanted to make and be able to bring changes. And one of the ways that I had to go through in order to be that person is to do what I'm doing right now. So although it's a very grueling, long journey, I think I'm finding my place. Of course, there will be times that I sometimes I literally have anxiety attacks, where I feel like I'm not good enough. How am I going to get through? Am I really going to be able to make it? And am I going to be able to even secure financial security? All of these questions come over to me, but I know, at least I know why I ended up choosing what I'm doing right now. So I think as long as you are convinced about why you're doing what you're doing, that's going to keep you going, despite the hardships that you may face. And that's how you will be able to overcome those and make progress. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm making all of these videos because I do want all of us to succeed at what we want to pursue, and I want all of us to be able to bring good changes to society, to make the world that we want our loved ones and myself to live in, right? So let's keep on going, and until the next time, stay healthy. I won't be uploading a video next week. I may. Oh, actually, I will, because I will be uploading a video of my presentation that I made in London, because that particular presentation was the basis for my first paper publication, which is in International Journal of Communication at IJOC. For those of you who want to look at my work, you can click the link down below. It's my first publication. I didn't even get to celebrate that because of all of the things. So I might upload that next week as a little sneak peek to my conference visit in Austria.